Bridget Bartlett here with Vision Marketing and Design.com. Let me mute my YouTube. Hello, hello. Welcome to today's Vision Marketing and Design Team training, where we are live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today I actually have something kind of different that I'm going to talk about today. And I think it's really, really important, especially this time of year. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is actually side hustles that actually pay. Okay. So we talk a lot about how you can monetize your purpose with digital marketing. Okay. That is the gist of what we do here. But when you're starting an online business, you're usually working like a 40-hour a week job and you still have bills to pay because we're all adults, right? So how do you, one, come up with the extra money to invest into your business? And two, how do you create time? You are spending 40 hours a week at a job and to pay the bills, but you can't create more time, right? And when does your family come into play? Most of us have families, right? So how do you balance all of those things? So even when you do become successful in business, you may have times where your business, hits a wall. You have these dips in your business, and Facebook has them, Google has them. Like everybody has dips in their business, right? So what do you do in those times to fill in the income gap? That's the struggle that a lot of people face. Whether it's your software company who shuts your whole account down, and with no notice, so you lose a lot of money that way, or maybe you have a seasonal business and it's like, okay, it's winter time, so now what am I going to do to fill in the income gap? Am I going to get a job and then quit after a few months? What's that going to be like? And then even if you do decide to do that, then it's like, man, you're so used to working for yourself that the thought of actually getting a job is like, oh my gosh, that's like a nightmare to those of us who have learned what it's like to work for yourself and not have a boss and all of that. So, um, so just to give you a little backstory of why my husband and I even investigated this, because we do own a lawn care business and it's seasonal and all of that. So we were kind of looking into ways that we could do that. And so because I'm always transparent with you guys, I wanted to share this with you once we did some trial and error. But when we did that course on Gloria Foods and how to be a reseller for restaurant businesses, one of the things that I researched a lot was what are they doing right now to get business for their restaurants, right? And a lot of them are using DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, and all of these types of businesses because they're trying to get online and they also need delivery people, okay? But the problem with that is it takes a lot of their commission for their sales, right? If you order through DoorDash or something like that. But so I did a lot of research in that. And when it came to the end of our lawn care season, and my husband's like, oh, what am I going to do? It's whatever. So we started looking into like these food delivery services. And there's not just food delivery, but there's rideshare programs. There's also like you can do grocery shopping for people. You can actually, I didn't put this on the list that I'm going to give you guys, but there's actually like Thumbtack, which is a business. So maybe you're a contractor, but you have a seasonal business, and maybe you want to offer some of your other services during the wintertime. You can actually go to Thumbtack, and then people will hire you. So there's lots and lots of opportunities here. So I think it's really, really great to talk about, because not only will you have those times in business where you just need to supplement your income for just a little time while maybe through the season, or maybe you just have a downtime in your business and you just need to make some additional income, or maybe it's the holiday season, you're like, I don't really care about a business, but I did want to earn some extra money. Or maybe you just want to, you quit your job, you started launching your business, but it hasn't quite gotten you to the financial goals that you're looking for. You can use these options to substitute or supplement that income. Okay, so I'm really excited to show you this because it's really, really cool. I think it is such a great solution, and I'm talking to a lot of people who are anti-vaccine, and they are quitting their jobs so they don't have to get the vaccine. And I don't want to make it about vaccines, but they are finding themselves in a position where they need to start thinking about, I need to start a business, but what am I going to do until my business takes off? This is another type of person that these options are great for. So I see that Maria is here. Hello, Maria. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Val. Nice to see you. Okay. So, what we decided to do was, my husband and I, we decided to sign up for DoorDash. Okay. So, he wanted to do it, but I, being the person I am, I'm like, well, I kind of wanted to get out. I kind of wanted to see what it was like, honestly. And I wanted to help him, like, he's not someone who's very techy. And, so he was nervous about it. And so I'm like, look, let's go together. It'll be fun. We'll go together, and I'll just help you navigate the app. So we'll just figure out a good system, right? So how do you know what the good runs are? How do you know, how it all works? And I was so intrigued by this. So we applied with DoorDash, and we decided to go on some runs. Okay. I'm actually going to break down to you in this one video what we learned, how much we made, and I have the whole cost comparison with tax deductions and everything. I'm going to share with you how much money we spent in gas over I think it's like a 10-day period that we did this with. So I want to show you, can you actually make money with DoorDash? Can you actually make money with UberEats? Okay. So we tried DoorDash at first. And honestly, I was super, super surprised because we got nonstop orders, and it was actually very lucrative. And like I said, I'm going to break down all of the costs and everything. But after doing DoorDash for a while, we did hit some slow periods, and I started doing some research because, look, you guys know me, right? So I'm an efficient person. If I or my husband is going to spend 5 hours a day doing something, I feel like if you can make $10 an hour, there has to be a way to make $30 an hour, right? So there has to be a way to make this more efficient, all right? So this is kind of the experiment that we did. Plus, honestly, it's cool for me to get out of the house, and I honestly never spent so much time with my husband than doing this DoorDash thing because we're in the car together and we're working together, and we do actually work well together. So, I'm driving and he is running in and he's getting the orders, and actually it was kind of fun. It really was fun. So we signed up for DoorDash. We went on our first run and everything was great. We realized, though, that when you have these downtimes, what else can you do, like, in between orders, and you don't want to accept every order, because sometimes you get an order and it's like, $8 for, like, 20 miles or something like that. So what we learned through this whole thing is, when you're accepting these orders, you want to definitely look at your miles. You want to, a good rule of thumb, and I looked at a lot of YouTube videos too. So a good rule of thumb is like $1 per mile. You want to try short trips, so stay within a 5-mile radius. These are all the things that we picked up, and these are all the things, if you decide to do this, that you want to consider, that you can make the most out of your income, right? The most out of your time. Why would you spend 8 to 10 hours at a job when you could make the same amount of money or more doing food delivery? Who would have thought? So let me actually share this with you, this list that I created. And the list that I'm going to show you is in the description of this video, so you can download it yourself. So let me share my screen here. So what we did is we actually signed up for DoorDash, and when we realized that there are other people who do what's called multi-apping. So you sign up for DoorDash, you sign up for UberEats, Grubhub, Instacart, there's even a Shipt option, Lyft, Uber. You can sign up for all of these, and if you're someone who's like, oh, I'm worried about safety, I know as a woman I am concerned with that, so I didn't really want to have people in my car, so this is something you want to consider. You may just want to do food delivery, which is what we're doing. You can actually, if you do like Instacart or DoorDash, will have you shop for people if you choose to do that, but you don't have to accept any of the orders. Okay. So We have DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Instacart, and Shipt. All right. Now, if you decide to do all of these apps and you want to, do the multi-apping, you're gonna really maximize your, what you're making per hour. Okay. And I really, while looking at any type of business, you should kind of gauge per hour, but we all know that it's not really what you're doing per hour. It's what you're earning per year. Okay. So when I broke down, what we actually earned per hour. I did do that, but I also included the tax deductions because that's really important. And here's something you want to remember. When you're doing this, you are an independent contractor. You're not an employee, okay? So here is why this is so great. Your cell phone can be written off of your taxes if you live in the United States, okay? And also your mileage for your car. So the tax deduction for mileage is 56 cents per mile that you can write off of your taxes. And when you write off your taxes, it reduces your taxable income. Okay. So again, it's another way of, still remaining an entrepreneur, but supplementing that income without actually being an employee. Okay. So I want to break down this to you because what we, in our area, and this is true again, you want to definitely try the different apps, see which one is actually the most popular in your area, because it could be that Uber, which if you sign up for Uber, you can choose Uber Eats and Uber Rideshare. It's in the same app. We don't do rideshare, but you may want to do, again, it's just up to you, whatever you like. So we did not try that. So we were just looking at food delivery. Okay. So you have the DoorDash, you have Uber Eats, Grubhub, you can do Instacart and Shop, and then Shipt, basically the same thing. Okay. But like I said, you will get like Walmart orders for DoorDash. I don't know about Uber Eats and Grubhub. Okay. What it gets confusing though is if you are doing all of these apps, if you imagine in your car, you're riding along and then you get an order for DoorDash and then you accept that order for DoorDash and then you get another order for Grubhub, then it's like, oh, okay, now I need to decline this order, and you're trying to drive and you're trying to do all that stuff. So what I actually found was this app called Mover, okay? So if you look at Mover, what Mover does is you can download this. I think it's like $5 a week or something like that. But what Mover does is it actually integrates all of these different apps here. And then when you accept, so what happens is you're a member, right? You're like an independent contractor of these places. So you decide that you're going to go on a run. What you do is you turn this on, and it's going to turn on, Maria says, Queen of Automation. Maria, that's why I was just like, I am going to help you do this. I really want to make this, like, I wanted to see how efficient, how much money could we actually make if we streamline that process and figured out how to make it efficient, because yes, I'm totally the Queen of Automation. So if you use the Mover app, it integrates with all of those different food service delivery services. And then when you toggle this switch, go online, it will activate all of those. So it will say, okay, you're online. And then let's say that you get, an order for DoorDash and you accept it. What it does is automatically go through each of these other apps and it will pause it or turn it off. And then once you do that delivery, then it will turn them all back on. So it does all of this for you. Okay. So what does that do? That gives you the power to be selective with your orders. And like I said, you really want to make sure that you're at least getting $1 per mile. $1.50, $2 is better. But you want to at least get $1 a mile, and you want to stay within a 5-mile radius, because you will get orders sometimes that'll take you like 25 minutes away. And it's great if you want to do that, but it needs to be, like I said, at least $1 a mile. And then you have to think about, on the way back, are you going to be in an area where you're going to be able to pick up orders? If you go outside of your zone, then you'll have to go all the way back in the zone to be able to receive orders. Maria said, I'd like to see a list of all the apps you use. Oh, Maria, that would be a long list. But so this is definitely, if you're going to do food delivery or anything like that, I highly recommend Mover because of that reason. Okay. But what we actually realized, we tried Mover, and what we realized is we really get a lot of DoorDash orders. I mean, it was just like so insane. That thing was just going off like crazy. So I want to break down to you because most of these rideshare or food delivery services, they're basically the same. But what you want to look for is like times when they do promos, when they have like extra delivery time. And they even do challenges. Okay. So let me show you our breakdown here because there was a challenge in here where you got, if you did 15 deliveries, you got a bonus of $200 on top of what you already made. Okay. So I want to show you how this all worked out. Okay. So from 11/12 to last night, the first night was really strange because we just kind of wanted to see how it was. It was like almost a game. And it really honestly is. It's a little addictive because when you get it, you turn on your app and you're like, ooh, that order's going to come. And then one pops up and it's like, oh, we're going to take it. And then you hit accept. And then it's like, now you're on the run. You go to the restaurant, you say you have a DoorDash order, you pick up the order, then you take it to the customer. GPS usually works great. We've not had any problems with GPS. And you always want to, best practice is, let me stop sharing for just a second. Best practice is you want to make most of your money in tips. Okay. So you want to make sure, they actually, once you do your deliveries, you actually get, like a Grubhub bag or whatever, but you can keep like a cooler in your car or something. Sometimes you'll get ice cream. Sometimes you'll get pizza. So if you keep like a cooler in your car with some ice packs, and then you keep another cooler that's like made for hot stuff, this is how you're going to get tips. Okay. So we learned these things after the first night. And then we definitely saw an increase in the tips. So it was actually like 150% of what DoorDash was paying is what our tips actually went up to. So that's where you're going to really make bank. But, to get good tips, you need to have the food hot or cold, and you need to be on time. Okay. So these are all things that you want to consider. So now that I've said all of that, let me go back to sharing my screen. So the first day, we made $63.08. Okay. We drove 59 miles and we used $7 in gas. If you include the tax deductions for that, that's $33.04. Okay. We worked a total, and I don't mean like actual driving time. I just mean when I put total hours here, this is the time that the phone was actually activated so that we could accept orders. Okay, so that's basically when I say total, because I was thinking, should I do active time or should I just do total time? But when you're considering, if you're away from home, that is time that you're spending that you can't work on your business. That's time you can't spend with your family. So I figured, yes, we definitely need total hours because that's what you're investing, right? If we're talking about really the cost, your time is an investment as well. So anyway, I chose total hours. So from the time we can accept orders until the time we turned it off for the day, that's the hours that I chose. Okay. So 3 hours and 8 minutes. And so if you subtract the gas from 63.08, that left us with a total of 56.08, which made that $17.89 an hour. But with the deductions, the mileage deductions, that gave us a total of $89.12, which made that $28.44. Okay. If you're including the tax deductions. All right. Now that's really, really important because like I said, when you're thinking about business, whether it's you're doing food delivery or you're doing marketing and you have clients and all of these things, that's really, we're looking at what your business made per year. That's what all of your tax deductions, your income threshold, all of those things are going to be determined per year. So while I did break this down per hour, because I know that we're trained as W-2 employees, we're trained to think of what we're doing per hour. I want to drive home that what you're really focused on is what you're making per year. Okay. That's what everything else is going to be based on, is what you make per year. Okay, so now that I drove that home, the second night, we were actually pleasantly surprised because I was like, whoa, that's so crazy that you can just leave your house for a few hours. And I mean, it's, you're not going to get rich doing this. But like I said, if you're looking for extra money for the holidays, or you're looking for money that you can invest into your business and you don't have that wiggle room, this is how you're going to do it. Okay. Don't get into debt. I see so many people that take out loans, or they put, things on credit cards, and all that's going to do is add so much stress to you. If you can just use your extra time to earn income and then invest in that, you're going to save yourself so much stress and worry and headaches, and maybe even a marriage or two. So I understand the struggle. Okay. So the second night here, okay, we actually made $141.25. We drove 124 miles, used $15 in gas. That gave us a tax deduction of $69.44. We spent a total of 6 hours and 20 minutes, which gave us a net pay of $126.50, which was $19.97 an hour. With the tax deductions, it would be $195.94, which averaged to $31.91 an hour. Okay. On the next day, we spent, we made $144.50. We drove 66.1 miles. We used $8 in gas with a tax deduction of $37.02. We actually spent 5 hours and 9 minutes, which we made, after the gas, $106.50, which was $20.67 per hour. With the tax deductions, we actually made $143.52, which is $27.86. Okay. So, you guys, let me stop sharing again, because I just have to look at you when I say this. My friends who are in the medical field, when I'm telling them, okay, because I have multiple friends in the medical field and multiple friends who are leaving their jobs this month. This is really why I wanted to make this video. Okay. They're leaving their jobs this month and they're stressed because they're like, it's Christmas. I'm leaving my job. I have this, this dilemma about the vaccine. And again, I don't want to make it about vaccines, but it's something that's going on in the world right now. Okay. So whatever the reason is, but I'm just telling you specifically, these friends who are concerned about this, and they're willing to quit their jobs because of it. So, what do they do, right? It doesn't matter how you feel about the vaccine. The thing is that when we feel like it's time for us to move on, we're thinking, what are we going to do? Right? That kind of stress. I mean, the number one cause of divorce is over money, right? It's arguing over money. So if we can eliminate that stress of how am I going to pay my bills? I want to start my own business, but how am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to pay the electric bill? How am I going to have the extra $100 a month to invest in my business when I'm just trying to make ends meet, right? So all of those things can be completely eradicated if you have a solution where you can simply leave your house and make that money that you need, and whenever it's free for you, right? So happy Thanksgiving, Maria. Anyway, that's why I wanted to talk to you about this today. So my friends in the medical field, when I'm sharing this information, I'm like, have you ever thought about DoorDash? I mean, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, like I work in pharmacy and now I'm going to go do food delivery. But let me tell you something, you guys, your pride does not pay the bills. Okay. And so when I am explaining, like, do you realize that you could actually make more money doing DoorDash? It kind of blows their mind. So now my friends and I, multiple, are all calling me like, dude, since we talked about DoorDash, I am sitting at work right now and I just can't even believe that I could spend 4 hours and make the same amount of money that I am doing this, and I have to spend 8 hours a day. So it's kind of like rocking their world and making them think about things in a completely different way that you could go make. And let me share my screen again. You could go make even after gas, $106.50 in 5 hours of your time. A lot of people make that after the entire day, and then they get taxes taken out of that, right? So it's like you're actually and like on this day specifically, we actually earned $143.52, which is $27.86 an hour. Okay. So let me move through this list before I just go too off the wall, because I get really excited about, you guys should know, I get so excited about opportunities that lead you to your purpose. Okay. Now, look, I don't know if anybody's purpose is to do food delivery, but I do know that to get to your purpose, to be able to invest the time and money that you need into your business, you need to have opportunities. You need to have multiple solutions and ways that you can make money. Okay. So the 17th, we made $125. We went 102.9 miles. We used $12 in gas with a tax deduction of $49.06. We spent a total of 5 hours and 36 minutes, which gave us a total pay of $98.25, which was $17.54 per hour. And then if you include the tax deductions, we made $147.31, which is 26 cents. $26.30. Okay. So I actually want to go down to this line here. Okay. So this is the most exciting part of the whole thing. Periodically, you'll get different bonuses and things that they offer you. And this is something, if you guys plan on doing this, is something I suggest. Go out when it's busy during peak times, which is like lunchtime and dinner. And of course, you want to look in your area, and they give you this like little map on your phone where you can see when it's busy. But they offer like promos, like bonus times, and then even challenges. Okay, so yesterday there was a challenge where if you do 15 deliveries, you make $200. All right. So what we did is we actually went out and we drove, let's see, 82.2 miles. But you can see we made $319.87. We used $9.92 in gas. We have a tax deduction of $46.09. But look, you guys, we only spent 5 hours and 33 total minutes, and we made a total of $309.95, and that's not even including the tax deductions. So per hour, that is $55.84. If you include the tax deductions, it's $356.04, which gave us an hourly pay of $64.15. Okay. Now, when I'm looking at this, and of course, I don't plan on doing this. Like, I just really wanted to ride along with him a few times so that we could start noticing a pattern, and then I could help him make it more efficient. Okay. So what I'm noticing with this pattern is, one, you definitely, and these are the things that I concluded from this experiment here. You need to definitely look around the holidays when they have promo times. When they have challenges, you need to make sure that you take the time to focus on that. What you need to do is maximize your income and reduce the amount of time spent. Okay. So by doing those short deliveries that are like, within 5 miles, you are making multiple trips in an hour, which is going to give you a higher hourly rate. It's also going to reduce the mileage that you're the mileage going to and from places. It'll also keep you in the zone that you're delivering in. So these are the trial and error things that we have learned through this whole experience. Okay. So now when he goes out, because, we have done this experiment, we've gone out different days of the week. We've kind of seen like in our area, and it's different per area. We've seen, the patterns, like where is, and let me stop sharing again, where, do you want to drive around all the time? Do you want to like sit somewhere? And those are all the things. And we watched a ton of YouTube videos for sure. And people have mixed advice when it comes to that. What we learned is you will find, after you drive around and you do these deliveries, you will find the restaurants that you like the best and the ones that you don't like. So which ones always have the orders ready? Those are going to be good restaurants for you to go to, because you're not having that wait time. And remember, if you can get 3 deliveries an hour, that's really what you want to focus on, is trying to get those deliveries in an hour. Or how many miles in an hour. Maybe you don't want to go more than 15 miles in an hour, because you need to make sure that you're getting those deliveries in. So this is how you want to definitely think if you're planning on doing this, okay? So $1 a mile is what you want to accept. You want to stay within a 5-mile radius, and you want to find that popular or the popular restaurant that you are frequently going to, that you like, that not so much you like the food, but you like them because they always have the order ready, right? So that's how you're going to maximize most of your tips. So go sit by that restaurant. Now, obviously, if if it's a slow night and you're sitting there and it's like you haven't gotten an order in like 20 minutes or something, this is where you really want to maximize by using those multi apps. Okay. Because look, if that's a popular restaurant, then especially if it's like a plaza or something, that's where you want to be, because that's where the cluster of restaurants are. So you're going to maximize your, exposure or the opportunity to get that order, because whoever's closest to the restaurant is going to get the order. Okay. So if you're sitting at a popular restaurant and you have that Mover app open, and you have your UberEats, and you have Grubhub, and you have DoorDash, and all of that, now you have all of these companies. You can just sit there and literally pick and choose the orders that you want to take. It also will keep your downtime limited, because you have all of these different companies. You're not just relying on one company to give you an order. Okay. So you guys, there's huge income potential. And I want to share my screen again, because I actually didn't do this. I want to take my little calculator here, and I want to add up our total pay in these days. Okay. So we have 5608 plus 126.50 plus 106.50 plus 98.25 plus 127.94 plus 93.89 plus 53.16 plus 309.95. Okay, so what we actually earned after the gas, not including tax deductions, is $972.27. And we went out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Okay. So, I mean, if you're looking at just straight days, 8 days is less than a full-time job, and we brought home $972. Now, if you look at the hours here, it's like 3 hours, 9, 10, we could say 15, 20, 22, 28, 31, and let's just round it up to say 33. So for 33-ish hours, that's not even one full-time week to bring home $972. So imagine if you guys worked on your business, Monday through Friday, and then you really worked on the driving, like in the evenings or on the weekends or something like that. That's actually when you're going to get your most income anyway. So look, 33-ish hours for $972. You guys, this excites me so much, because like I do, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom. It's about the opportunity that this provides, okay? It's not like it's the greatest thing in the whole world to go deliver food, all right? It's not about that. It's about the freedom that this allows you to have. It's about when you have a slow week with your business and your husband or wife is looking at you like, we need to pay the bills. How's this gonna happen? And you're like, and the pressure starts building and building and building. And this allows you to eliminate that pressure. If you have a slow week, go do extra deliveries. If you're still building your business and it hasn't quite reached the income level you need, supplement with doing deliveries or something of this nature, okay? You don't have to do food deliveries. Like I said, there's so many opportunities, but this is one that anyone can do. If you're over 18, you have car insurance and a car, you can do this job, okay? That's really all they require. There's no drug test, there's no criminal record, anything. It's like you can do this job, okay? You don't have people in your car. If you're worried about safety or just, people in general can sometimes be a challenge if you're not a people person. It's really, again, what makes me so excited, because talking to my friends in the medical field, or talking to my husband who's like, oh, it's the off season, I need something to do. All of these people and all of the business owners and you guys who are like, I just don't have the extra money to invest in my business. I'm struggling just to make ends meet. You guys, this is a great solution for you. Okay. I could not keep this in because I was so super excited. I love to be transparent and tell you guys all the things that you have available. I know this is not specifically for marketing, but we're talking about business and how you can utilize every opportunity to grow your business, because the whole point of everything that we're doing is to find ways to monetize our purpose. What makes us passionate, what makes us determined to, I don't care if I need to do food deliveries or if I need to stand at the top of the Eiffel Tower and hold a big banner with my website URL. Here's the other thing about this, okay? So I'm talking to a friend who's, like I said, in the medical field, and she wants to start her own business. And I was telling her, dude, do DoorDash, do these things, and like, don't put all that stress on yourself. It's an easy thing. You can do it in your spare time and work on your business. And it was like I had this epiphany, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you could totally like either get magnets or wrap your car. You can get like a vinyl wrap your car to promote your business. Okay. Now you're driving all around in your tax deductible car with tax deductible mileage. You're earning income from DoorDash or UberEats or whatever, but you're also advertising for your business all over your town. Everywhere you go, you're advertising for your business. Okay. You guys, don't ever spend one single minute of your life where you're not making it worth something else, right? If you're doing DoorDash to build your business, wrap your car with vinyl and advertise everywhere you go. I encourage you. And look, if you're afraid, like, I don't want them to know it's my business, they don't, look, companies pay Uber drivers and DoorDash people and they pay to rent the car, so that they basically will pay you to put their own company vinyl wrap on your car, so that and then like rent it out. So like $200 a month, and I actually know someone who did this. So $200 a month is what he made because he allowed them to put their business vinyl wrap on his car because he's driving all over town doing deliveries. It's excellent advertising. Okay, so if you're trying to grow your business and you're already driving around, why not wrap your car or put magnets or something to help you get some leads, some business, right? They don't have to know that you're the owner of that business when you go drop the food off. You're just the DoorDash person and you happen to have a wrap on your car, right? So anyways, guys, I hope these little tips helped you kind of get some ideas, hopefully if you're struggling in that position, whether you have a seasonal business or whether you're just at a low time financially in your business, or you just want to start a business and invest your time and money, but you just don't have the time and money. Again, why not work 5 hours and make the same amount of money and then work the other 3 hours to grow your business a day? And then you can still see your family in the other 16 hours of your day, right? I mean, that's what we're trying to do, right? It's not to be consumed by work, but we're trying to build something, right? So that we can spend a majority of our time with our families and doing the things that we love. Okay. So, anyway, that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. I know this was a little bit of a different lesson, but I think that it's really important that you guys do know that there are side hustles you can do that are not online, that are not techy, but they do provide a substantial amount of income that you can either use to pay your bills or invest back into your business and save yourself time and money. So, this is going to be the last live that I'm doing this week because tomorrow's Thanksgiving and then Friday is typically our Q&A, but I have my launch next week. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a nice long weekend and hopefully. And then I will be spending time with family and all of that. So I hope you guys have an excellent, excellent holiday weekend. And if you do decide to do the DoorDash and everything, definitely let me know. I'm curious to hear your experience. So I will see you all Monday, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality.